It is the Boujee Oracle Goddess, and I am here for a reading for Tuesday, December the 14th. And we're going to have a reading that is going to be whatever the higher self is deciding it wants to deliver for today. Any messages that may come in for those who may be coming through to view the video, etc. It is a reading for the collective. Okay. I do want to let everybody know that my appointment book is closed for the year. I am booked, and the books will open again in February. So let's go ahead and get started with Tuesday's reading. Hope everyone is having a beautiful day. If you're following me on Instagram, I want to say thank you so much for your support, and I also want to say thank you for getting out here and living your best motherfucking life. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what Source has for you. All right, let's get started. First out the gate is going to be deep diving into a task. Some of you who come across this video have kind of been slacking on moving forward with your journey. It's not that you're stagnant. It's not that you have a blockage. It's just more or less a place of being just a little bit on the lazy side. You want to get into it, do what you're supposed to be doing, dig deep, because what you're going after and what is out there for you as far as any abundance or any resolution for anything will only come if you do your part in it. Your team is there to be what you call a support system, and also to kind of be that little imaginary friend per se. We'll say that that will say, hey, get up off that ass and get this shit going. Let's go. All right, so if you're feeling a space of stagnation, it's not really that. It's that you don't have to get up and go. You need to dig deep and find that and figure out why that's happening. A lot of times it has to do with things that are on your plate. You're not resolving things, or you're pushing things to the side. And so that can cause you to procrastinate. All right, and let's keep going. All right, the next card out the gate is release. Some of you have some situations, people, friends, loved ones that need to be released. You already know this. However, you refuse to do it because of comfortability. Sometimes it's hard to start over and do something new, or start over and just do what you know is the right thing to do just because of one, longevity. It could also be because of you fear having to start over and be alone. Sometimes when you're alone, for the most part on your spiritual journey, it's because it allows you to be in touch with your spiritual team, your spiritual guides. So be sure to make sure that you are releasing things that are around you that no longer serve your highest good. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. The next card out the gate is shadow. Some of you need to do some shadow work. Some of you are aware you need to do the shadow work. Some of you refuse to do the shadow work. Why that is happening, I'll tell you why. When you have to look at something that doesn't feel good, is uncomfortable to you, something that causes you to think about or even relive it mentally or even in your mind's eye, it can cause you not to want to look into the mirror, want to break every motherfucking mirror around. But I want to let you know that if you move forward with the shadow work, what happens is that there's a certain amount of soul growth that happens. So you want to make sure that you attack those things. You can attack one thing at a time, do your shadow work, move through it. And as you feel that energy of heaviness being lifted, what you begin to feel is like, dang, I should have did this a while back. Here it is. This same thing keeps showing up in my life. And now that I've actually moved through it, it really wasn't that bad. Although when you think about the actual journey of moving through it, it can be pretty heavy. So make sure if there's things that you need to do shadow work on, and you would know that because these are the things that can continue to show up in your life from time to time. And it shows up at the most oddest times. And sometimes you have already pre-programmed yourself for it to show up. It's like some people will say something like, I get a cold every year about this time. It's about that time. Like, who the hell does that? Guys, would you please stop? Stop actually writing in your life things that you don't want to occur. I know sometimes It can feel like, I don't know, it's just habit because you've noticed over the last several years or the last whatever, the same thing keeps happening. It's because you keep writing it in your story. Okay, so just be mindful of the powerful words that you speak. Let's keep going. All right, next card we have is, sorry about that, codependency. Some of you are moving through a space of trying to release the codependency. One is ready to go, the other one don't want you to go. You're used to doing something for someone or the same person, and you have actually allowed yourself, or you actually have allowed that person to be codependent upon you, like they feel like they can't function without you. And you want to be mindful that those are the type of situations that can turn into stalker situation when you actually leave. When you find yourself being codependent on someone, figure out what is causing that. 9 times out of 10, it is old shit. Sometimes when you look at what's going on in your life and you see this starting to occur, you want to ask yourself, is this real shit? Is this old shit? Is it even my shit, right? Most of the time it is. You just refuse to, I take this back. Some of you also like the concept of someone being dependent upon you until you're ready to leave. Then it's a problem. Okay, so you want to be mindful, one, not to allow people to be codependent upon you for your growth, and also for you not to be codependent on others. When you do this, I'll actually allow someone to have control over you. Okay, next card. The fairy Norn, planning, patience, and cooperation. Anything that you're working on requires a certain amount of attention. So if you're given something that you want to work on, say you're taking a class for to excel in an area where you work, or for a new job per se, you have to give it a certain amount of attention in order to move forward on it. If you're not giving it the attention, what happens is that it kind of at some point will start to fall apart. Here's why. Your energy goes where attention flows, right? So that means if you're giving attention to something else, that's where your energy is going to go completely at some point. So you want to be mindful and just make sure that you are, before you start to sign up for specific things, that you want to dedicate and commit that time and that energy to it. If you do not want to do that, you may want to put that on pause, not just on hold, definitely, but you want to put it on pause until you know you can commit that time. Also, cooperation. When you're working with your spirit guides or any of your ancestors, just know that they're there for you. All you have to do is call upon them. Like, okay, listen, why is this not happening? What is it that I'm doing wrong? I need somebody to come through and help and assist me. And I say somebody because most of you will say something like that instead of just saying, I need spirit, I need your guidance, etc. Just ask for the guidance. As long as you're connected, your team doesn't mind coming in because they know you're listening and you can hear them. It's when you're not connected. And that is another step. And that is another situation. We can talk about it another time, probably on a live. Okay? Planning. Make sure you're planning the things that you want to do. Are you making time to plan? If there's a class that you want to take, or if there is a new concept that you want to create for your life or for your job, are you planning it out? Do you write it down, or do people write it down in their in a book, in a journal, on pieces of paper, just scraps? I've seen it before. Or are you putting it on your phone in a notepad? Just be mindful that to take some kind of action, period, so you can bring things to fruition that you're looking forward to manifesting in your life. If you don't do that, nothing is going to manifest. When you do nothing, nothing happens. All right, next card. Envy. All right, be mindful of the friends that you give your information to about your life, about your man, about your woman, about your kids. Be mindful, because everybody don't mean you no harm, and they could be right up under your nose. Be mindful of the energy that you give people. There are energy vampires out there that would love to just suck all your time up so that you can actually concentrate and do the things that you need to do that are for your soul's highest good in your own life. Just be mindful. If it feels off, sometimes it's not off. It's your old shit. Sometimes if it feels off, it is off. Just be mindful. Just kind of stand back and observe it, etc. Right? It's fair to say that it's okay to release people that no longer serve you. It's fair to say that if you don't have a connection with someone that you had a connection with yesterday, today you do not, release it. It is not up for debate whether a person can't understand why you don't want to be connected to them or why you want to allow them in your life the way they want to be. What matters is what you feel you need for you. You want to always be mindful of that. Cutting cords with people, moving people at a distance away from you so that you can clearly walk away at the exact time that you need to. That's very important. So there is someone very close within your household, actually, what means family. It could be brother, sister, auntie, cousin, uncle, etc. Someone that is watching you, and it could also be someone who is like a family. You know how you have these play cousins, etc. Someone within your space that you deal with is kind of watching you, a little envious of you, and you would know who this was because when this is coming through your ears and you're hearing this audibly, you know a name comes to mind, or a person or people. If it is that, and they come to your mind for a reason because your spirit team pushes that there so that you will have that awareness. So just be mindful of that. Okay. All right. Next card. You need a fucking hug. Some of y'all, the way you're moving, you're sloppy. Now that you've got to a point where things are sloppy in your life, now you need people around. People don't want to be bothered because you've just been doing the most. All right, so Spirit is saying they're going to give you a big old hug, but just be mindful of the shit that you spew from your mouth. It's unnecessary most of the time. And can you get caught up in something accidentally and then boom, here it comes? Yes, but to do it over and over again is definitely something that you want to steer clear of. Okay, when you start to be in spaces that don't serve you and you allow the different situations to manifest into something that grew bigger than what you could have expected, it's because you fed that fire in some kind of way. So you want to be mindful of the energy that you're putting out, so you won't have to feel alone and like you need a hug, or you need you missing friends that you could have, but you've pushed them all away. Okay, all right. Last card, exchanging gifts. All right, exchanging gifts. This is in a form of energetic love between you and someone in your soul circle. So when you meet people that you resonate with and you begin to share ideas, they're doing it from the goodness of their heart. You both are, right? All of you. So you begin to resonate with your tribe, and we just call it a tribe because it's like-minded people. I just want to be clear about that. So when you begin to move towards people and they do things for you, they're doing out the goodness of their heart. Most people don't do things out of envy to give you something they're paying their money for, etc. Most people are doing it because they care about you, etc. However, I do want to be clear that it's not always that they're giving because they want something from you. They're just doing it from the goodness of their heart. So if someone gives you something, don't be the type of person to think, dang, wonder what they want from me. Or the next time maybe you do something for them, you try to top it. No, ma'am. No, sir. That's not what you're doing. What you're doing, you're learning to accept things for face value of someone who is like-minded, who is wanting to support you, and they're giving you love, energetic love. So energy exchange can be money. It could be a favor. It could be a skill set. You did this. They're showing you how to do that. That is energy exchange. It is mutable. Okay. All right. That is it for Tuesday's reading, December the 14th. I would like to invite you guys, if you care to like and subscribe and share with your friends. And I will see you on Wednesday. Have a wonderful day. Take care and see you soon.